What's up, guys? Eric Loves Zombies here. I just wanted to thank everybody for like 200 views on my Resident Evil tier list video. That means more than I could ever describe. I just started this YouTube channel early August, and already getting views like that truly means a lot for me. I'm working on a lot of videos right now, so I'm sorry if they seem sporadic with ideas. I'm working on a Plants vs. Zombie one, a Devil May Cry one, this one I'm releasing now. And so I just wanted to make it clear that, this channel is going to kind of be all over the place until I truly find what my niche is. So, the topic for today's video is remake culture, dude. Remake culture is ruining gaming, in my opinion, at least. Now, to start, that doesn't mean that these games that are being remade are necessarily bad. Like the RE2 remake is good, the RE3 remake's awful, and the RE4 remake's good. But there's people calling out there for a Resident Evil 5 remake. There's people calling out there for a Silent Hill 3 remake. And people's argument is, oh, well, these games aren't as accessible. Let's take the Silent Hill franchise, for example. Sure, maybe they're not. But emulation is a thing. Like the first Silent Hill, you can get to run on your fucking phone. Like the excuses are just through the roof, man. No one wants to play these games because they're old or outdated. But I think that's the whole point. That is the charm behind them. To enjoy these games from a set time period, you need to play them like it. And the Silent Hill 2 remake is just absolute. It does its job, right? Like it's definitely true to the story. It's a true game. It doesn't fucking decipher itself so far out of the picture that it's not even like remotely good or anything like that. But I just don't think that it feels genuine. It doesn't feel like the same atmospheric, symbolic, deep-rooted feeling game that the original Silent Hill 2 is. I just don't think it is. And it's so hard to recreate that. It's damn near impossible. But these companies like Konami and Capcom and EA with the Dead Space remake, all these things, they refuse to make new IPs and new ideas and new games because they can just nostalgia bait you and be like, oh yeah, you remember when this game was good, buddy? You remember? Well, what? We remade it. $70 fucking dollars. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, gun to your head, name 5 good remakes. Gun to your fucking head. RE4, RE2. Shoot me. Like, and this is at least for horror. I can't speak for like the Final Fantasy VII remake because I've heard good things from people. I have not played it, so I guess I can't say anything for these like character action games, RPG aspects, those type of genre games, because I'm not the biggest fan for them. I have played the original Final Fantasy VII with like what is that, like 8-bit, 16-bit fucking thing. My headphones are telling me this low battery is pissing me off. I know. Anyways, you just can't sit here and convince me that remakes are good for the video game industry because it's just nostalgia bait. Most of the time they're bad. Like the RE3 remake is literally a disgrace. Like these two games are not comparable in any realm outside of having the same fucking name. They're not, dude. Okay? In the original, right? Let's talk about it, right? They have the clock tower, they have the grave digger, they have all these aspects of the game, the helicopter being blown up by Nemesis in a way more dramatic sense. The choose your own path bullshit, dude. Letting Nikolai live or not, right? It's awesome. You get to pick your own thing. This is a fucking movie. This just feels like a fucking movie, dude. And it's cinematic fucking slop, dude. Okay? Everything with Nemesis in that game feels like garbage. It feels like it's just timed events and it's planned and it's not good. In the original, he stalks you around and he will surprise you. In the fucking remake, it's like you walk around a corner and all of a sudden it's a cutscene. Then it's Nemesis. And it's like, dog, this shit fucking sucks, dude. Am I playing a game or am I watching a fucking movie? Make up your fucking mind, Capcom. And they rushed the absolute fuck out of this game. This game came out like a year after RE2, and I think it came out in like 2020, if I remember correctly. I think, yeah, 2020. It came out in 2020. And so, yeah, COVID, all this bullshit. I'd much rather have them postpone that remake and make it fucking good and correct. There's no mercenaries. There's no nothing, dude. There's mercenaries in the OG. They're getting rid of complete boss fights in these remakes, and people are fucking shelling out on release fucking $70 like dumbasses, dude. It makes no sense to me. Absolutely none. Now, my favorite game of all time is Resident Evil 4, and the remake is just as good, but I don't think it needed one, right? And the original, dude, it is holds up great today, right? People bitch and whine about the tank controls. You can't walk while you shoot, da-da-da. I think it's a complete skill issue, and I think it builds the aspect of the horror. You have this whole crowd against you. You have to stop all your movement. You cannot run. It's fight or flight type movement here, man. And so you got to choose. Am I gonna stand and bang, or am I gonna fucking sayonara, catch you on the flip side, bro? And it builds the atmosphere. It is a fucking horror game. It's not fucking Gears of War. It's not a fucking Call of Duty fucking campaign, dude. And it's ridiculous, right? And in the remake, I think it loses so much aspect and so much character from the original. I think it does. I think it truly does, right? So in the original, Leon's kind of snarky. He's got this, like, cocky attitude, man. And I'm not the biggest fan of cocky characters, at least in anime and TV and whatnot. But, like, Dante and Leon are the only ones I kind of rock with. You know, at least RE4 Leon, RE2 Leon, different story, whatever. We'll get to that later, okay? This doesn't feel right. He's so, like, PTSD, fucking woe is me, man. It's like, kind of sucks, right? And I think the RE4 remake does do good things in aspects like, oh, we will bring more story with Luis and his grandfather. We'll have Ada and Krauser work for different people this time, and they're like, they stitch together the little nooks and crannies or whatever that needed to be dealt with. But I just don't think it needed a remake. I don't think so, dude. They got rid of the fucking U3 boss, okay? And that's like one of my favorite boss fights from the original because it was so challenging. I remember the first time I played it, I was so frustrated. So unbelievably frustrated and whatnot. And whatever, just fucking got rid of it, I guess. Sorry, my headphones kept being like low battery, and it was really annoying when I was trying to talk, so I just took them out, and so you guys get to see me without my headset. So U3, that's what I was on. Okay, the U3 boss is so unbelievably cool. It's just like dumb, and it's like the lore implication behind it, like being a human mixed with this and that. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. It's like a scorpion and like some reptile, if I remember correctly, and they talk about it. And it's just like no care to fucking bring it back. And I don't understand why. It's such a cool design and it's such a good boss fight. Now, for RE2, right, the OG and the remake, I think this is the best way to do a remake. I think the RE4 does a phenomenal job. Don't get me, twisted there. But I think the RE2 remake is like the proper way to do one. Like, to go from these tank controls to over the person, third person, whatever you want to call it, shooter is the right move to get new RE fans into the franchise. Like, my second game ever was indeed the RE2 remake. I guess I played a bit of 5, but I'm talking about like full playthrough, I guess. First I started with 4 and 5. I never beat 5 as a kid. And then I came back as a young adult teenager. I was like 15, 16. I started playing Resident Evil. And I really enjoyed the remake of 2. I don't think it holds a candle to the OG for a plethora of reasons. But I do think that I don't have as much to complain about when it comes to the 3rd remake or the 4th. I do think Claire and Leon's story could have been a little bit more differentiated, whatever. But I think that's just like a personal opinion. I don't think you can call it a bad game. You can objectively call RE3 a bad game, and you can objectively call RE4 a bad remake. But RE2, I just don't believe that, and I think Capcom got it right. But you catch lightning in a bottle, and they keep just trying to force it down people's throat. And I will admit that the RE4 remake was phenomenal. But I'd much rather get a new game in the franchise than deal with this. Here are just more games that I own that have been remade. We have Dead Space, and I'll talk about the remake now. The Dead Space remake is decent. It's not like on the level of RE3, and I don't have as much to judge about like the story and the characters like I do with RE4. I think the Dead Space remake is good, right? It's like my last video. It's like mac and cheese, you know. I'm never gonna go like out looking for mac and cheese, but just to have it and have it made and whatever, it's like I guess that works, man. So I don't know. Don't fucking cut. Don't, you viewer don't need to come after me in the comments for this, okay? I'm considering the Devil May Cry, the DMC, to be a remake in a way, okay? Or a re-envision. Let's talk about that, right? I know the video is probably going to be titled like the problem with video game remakes nowadays, but I'm just going to talk about the other DMC. It's absolutely fucking garbage, and I think if it was not a Devil May Cry game and they made it about some different IP, some different idea, it would be phenomenal. But no, they decided to tarnish Dante's name and did him just as bad as Devil May Cry 2 did, and I think it's absolutely diabolical. I don't want any of the Devil May Cry games to get remade because I think they hold up today. Besides 2, I think 1 and 3 hold up phenomenal. You know, I don't think we need to just milk the soul out of Dante until there's nothing left. I don't know why I don't own the remake of 2. I'm not a PlayStation 5 guy, and I've been holding on and waiting and waiting and waiting for it to come to Xbox. I own it on my PC already. I own it on Steam. What the fuck is going on, Xbox, you fucking bitch, dude? Fucking give me Silent Hill 2 Remake on my Xbox, please, so I don't have to come sit over here and I can sit on my bed. I know I can move my Xbox here, but I just want to sit on my bed and play it. So me and my girlfriend can watch me play it. But no. I'm fucking Konami and I'm stupid. Anyways, the remake doesn't hold a fucking candle, doesn't hold a fucking match, doesn't hold a fucking iPhone screen, no form of lighting to this absolute masterpiece, right? This game and RE4 is one of my favorite games ever made. And RE4 is my favorite game ever. And I think that has to do with a lot with nostalgia and, you know, how much I like the game. But this game, you know, character-wise, story, atmosphere, symbolism, fucking anything you want to bring about besides combat, this game beats RE4, and it's so disappointing that the remake missed. And it redid boss fights, and I understand, yeah, they were absolutely garbage, and Pyramid Head fight fucking sucked so much fucking dick. And the OG, it's almost mind-numbing playing it, but I just feel like it's could have been a better way to approach the boss fights, especially like Abstract Daddy and whatnot. I think the Abstract Daddy boss fight in the remake was actually really good, personally. But that's just me. They made like Eddie seem fucking dumb and just pick on this guy. And I think they really missed the mark on a lot of characters like Angela. And it's not Marie. Miranda? Oh, dude, I feel like a fake fan. The girl who's not Mary but looks like Mary but dresses skimpier, right? They got rid of that, dude, and that's like the whole point of that character is because James is sexualizing his fucking wife. But oh my god, never mind. I'm not gonna get into this, dude, because the Silent Hill 2 remake, dude, is just fucking slop, bro. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh guys, it's the woke virus. But dude, it kind of is getting to a fucking point, dude. We don't need to desensitize and fucking change everything, dude. It's so dumb. It happened in the RE4 remake. It's happening in the Silent Hill 2 remake. I swear to fucking God if it happens in the Silent Hill 1 remake. And if Konami somehow, they will make a Silent Hill 3 remake. And I'll be fucking 30 when it comes out. But when the Silent Hill 3 remake comes out, they're going to tarnish Heather. They're going to tarnish Henry, whatever. My brain's going too fast. They're going to tarnish everyone's fucking name, dude. And it's garbage. And I'm done. I'm done talking about it because I'm going to get really upset. I'm going to take a chill pill. Hold on. Alright, I'm going to end the video there. Money spread for the OGs. Remakes suck, man. You know, this is how I'm going to conclude it. Remakes aren't good. And they are good for new fans. They're good for new indictment. But I truly believe that people should just play the original games. And games should be making original statements and original games. I pre-ordered Silent Hill F from GameStop for the stupid fucking, what do you want to call it? The stupid fucking Steelbook, right? I pre-ordered for the Steelbook and whatnot. You can still support these companies and these franchises without buying slop remakes, man. I'm super excited for Silent Hill F. People can cry about how it's not being a real Silent Hill game. I do not give a fuck. I think it's going to be dope. I don't think Silent Hill needs to take place in the town of Silent Hill. I think it just needs to have some portrayal of mental health disorders and psychological, and you have a thumbs up from me. You know, think about Resident Evil. Fucking, you can bitch and moan about how fucking Outbreak isn't a Resident Evil game because you play with multiple people. It's dumb. I personally definitely think more justice could be done, though, to these gaming franchises by continuing to grow and start new ones and growing horror games as an entirety. Not everything out there needs to come full circle and be redone every 20 years, because then we're just dooming and we're repeating the same games over and over again. I personally would like if there's new horror franchises that make a staple, like what happened to the Evil Within. I know they dropped 2 games and it dropped off the face of the planet, but that was something I'm kind of like talking about here. We need more horror franchises. You know, like why didn't Dead Space make like a Dead Space 4 instead of just remaking the first game? Because it's just nostalgia bait, and it's completely disrespectful, in my opinion, to the art of these games. And whatever, you can be like, well, they made it, so what do you... Yeah, I understand that the OG directors made the games or whatever, and they probably, maybe they work for the company, maybe they don't, whatever, I'm not going to get into that. But I just think it's so disrespectful to art to reinform something. It's like taking Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night painting or whatever, and I come in with a Crayola marker and I redo it, and I'm selling it for the same price as Vincent van Gogh's artwork. I'm like, well, it's a remake, guys. What do you expect? He didn't have Crayola markers back then. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys for watching. If you watched all the way through, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. I love reading the comments. I like talking to you guys, hearing video ideas. This is just a little rant I want to get off my chest while I work on bigger videos. I'm working on Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Every character is getting a breakdown, dude. Like, in my notes app here, I'm, like, doing, like, 3 games of Turf Takeover, and I'm, like, ranking my KD, and then I'm putting, like, what rank I think they are based off how well I played or their mechanics. And I feel like that's going to be, like, an hour-long video, so I hope you guys like long-term content. I personally do. I'm trying to make videos I personally would want to watch, you know? So, yeah, I'm not going to be doing Let's Plays as for now. Maybe I'll stream or something like that, but yeah, no Let's Plays. And then I want to start working on, I did start, but I'm not done, Devil May Cry 3 boss rank video. I'm replaying all the bosses right now. I'm replaying the whole game right now. I'm trying to go kind of fast, but I'm not good at replaying games fast. So for some reason, I'm always pokey and slow. But I'm ranking all those bosses. Hopefully we'll get one of those videos next week. I'll be on vacation with my father, so I can't guarantee a video next week. But anyways, I'm Eric Loves Zombies, AJ, call me whatever you want. Not your dad. And I'll see you guys later.